Yum, yum, yum.
We're rolling.
Welcome to HOIA, healthy, organic, inspired Asian food and cooking. I'm Diane Yang Kirk, and today I'm showing you how to make some of the most popular starters at a Japanese restaurant. Sometimes I get the option, salad or miso soup, edamame or rice, and I can't decide. So we're turning all these starters into a healthy and delicious meal. Let's get started, because me so hungry. One of the starters is miso soup, and the miso soup broth is called dashi, and so dashi is made with both sea kelp and also bonito flakes, which is fish. If you're a vegetarian, of course, you can just use some vegetable broth diluted 70 to 30 or so, because the dashi soup is not very salty. It just has this really savory umami flavor. I have 4 cups here of hot water, which I'm also going to boil. I'm gonna add 2 more cups, a total of 6, and 2. This is kombu. It is a sea kelp, and it has a white kind of salt on it. So we're gonna wipe that off with a wet paper towel. So for about 6 cups, I want about 3/4 of an ounce. I'm gonna cut these into squares. If you have a scale, go ahead and weigh it, but if not, you can just estimate it. That's about right. If you can allow for the sea kelp to sit in water for about 3 hours ahead of time, that will enhance the flavor. But if you don't have time, like I don't, go ahead and just do this and you'll be fine. I'm gonna let this boil for about 10 minutes while I prepare the salad dressing. We're making that neon orange Japanese carrot and ginger dressing for our salad. I have prepared all my ingredients except for my ginger, which I'm gonna show you a neat trick in removing the skin for the ginger. Spoon, ginger. You can have your kids help you with this. No sharp edges. Because the skin is very delicate, you can use the spoon to remove the skin. This is about a 2-inch nub of ginger, and I'm going to just chop it up into smaller pieces. It's going into my blender so I can blend it up into my dressing. But just to help the blending, I'm going to just give it a little bit of a chop. Chopping knife, flying ginger. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Doing pretty good. Nope. 2 peeled carrots that have been also rough chopped. Whoa, whoa. It's so much more fun. 1/4 of an onion, 1/4 cup of water, 1/2 cup of rice vinegar, 4 tablespoons of white miso. Me so excited! 2 tablespoons of raw honey, 2 tablespoons of peanut oil, and 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. A little bit of salt, and pepper. And now we blend. Shake it up. Get the carrot off the sides and blend again. It's too fast and too furious in here. Tokyo drift style. Get it? Japanese food, Tokyo. That was for me. It was for me. Oh my God, so good. This dressing will keep in the refrigerator for about a week, so I always like to make a little extra so I don't have to vroom vroom and bother my cats or my husband. Back to my dashi. Dash to my dashi. I'm removing the sea kelp from the broth. And if you taste the broth at this point right now, it just kind of seems like unsalted seawater. If you're making a vegetarian dashi, you can have it as is, or Possibly add in a shiitake mushroom to add to the flavor. I'm making a traditional dashi, which has dried fish flakes, and this is called bonito flakes. This is 1 cup, and I'm adding it to my broth. You want to boil this just for a few minutes until the bonito flakes fall to the bottom of the pot. When it's rolling like this, it's a little hard to see, but then you can just turn down the heat. It's still floating. It will sink though. I'm gonna place this aside one more time so I can prepare the other dishes, and that way, when I get to my miso soup, everything is super hot. The next starter is edamame, and I've never loved edamame as much as when my husband makes it. So I'm thinking, babe, come, pretty please.
All right.
And wouldn't you know it? I got him right here. This is my husband, Reese.
G'day guys. So I lived in Japan for almost 2 years, and while I was there, my diet definitely shifted into the healthier way of eating. A lot included substituting salty snacks for your healthier alternatives. So instead of chips, I'd start eating edamame. And since I was eating them so much and I liked them so much, I started experimenting with different seasonings and flavors. So today I'm going to show Diane how I make my favorite go-to seasoning. So why don't you go ahead and dump your portion of edamame into the boiling water. Careful, it's hot. Here, just do this. Make sure they all get submerged in the water. I like to start with about 4 tablespoons of soy sauce.
Right into the boiling water?
Yeah, into the boiling water. So what I'm doing is pre-seasoning it. So I'm cooking it with the salty soy sauce.
3, 4.
You're pretty good at this.
I think I've done it before.
Okay, and then I add cayenne pepper. So just a good sprinkle of that over your edamame. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
We have a new...
Oh my God, it's so good to
jar.
have muscles around.
Stop, you got muscles.
I'm cooking muscles.
Sprinkle your cayenne pepper. I like to get a real good amount of this because I like spicy.
I like spicy too.
Cayenne pepper is totally optional if you like spicy. I just like to give it a good hit of the soy sauce while it's cooking to get that salty flavor infused throughout the edamame.
We like it hot. Let's give it a little bit more.
All right, I want to see that all over. You don't really need to boil them for very long because you can definitely overcook them and then they become very soggy. You want to still keep them crispy, so they're done. Turn it off.
Oh, that fast?
Yeah,
Boom!
edamame, they just need to soften up a little bit.
I see a bowl and a strainer. Let me guess, we're straining?
Yeah, I'm gonna strain the water out, give it a little shake, and then I'm going to dump this water back in the pot.
In case you want seconds, it happens often.
Yeah, you'll go through this real quick and you can reuse that soy sauce to boil your next batch. Now that they're strained, dump them into that bowl.
Getting excited!
Now for our secondary seasoning. I love sesame oil. I put it on everything.
You could drink it if you wanted to.
It's pretty damn good. So I'm gonna smother the edamame in sesame oil.
I don't know, I'm thinking
Smother.
sesame oil drinking challenge. That might be the new internet sensation craze thing.
And then we might vomit afterwards. So. Anyway, back to the edamame. So I've given all my edamame a good dose of the sesame oil, so my seasoning will stick to all of them. I have a coarse ground steak seasoning. I'm gonna sprinkle that over all the edamame.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Not really, we'll get over it. And now I'm gonna mix it up. Make sure it's covered on all your edamame so you get a good bit of the salt on each bite. You don't have to use the steak seasoning. Salt and pepper is just fine. There's many other options like garlic powder, fresh garlic,
Cajun seasoning.
taco seasoning.
Oh, ooh, that'd be
The-
really good.
Yeah, any seasoning, whatever you like.
That was so easy.
Pretty easy.
Thanks, babe.
I'll let you get back to it.
Back to our dashi. I'm taking the bonito flakes out by straining it. Fish flakes. Umami. I'm pouring the soup back in to the pot. I'm bringing my dashi back to a boil, and I'm going to add my silken tofu. And if you really like firm tofu, that's fine, but I love how the silken just melts in your mouth. I'm going to allocate about a quarter of a block for each serving. I'm going to slice it in thirds. I'm doing this in my hands, but you can also do it on a cutting board. A bit of a pro, be careful. And gently break it into the soup. This is wakame. It is seaweed. Waka me, waka you, waka waka waka. My tofu and seaweed are at a rolling boil, and I'm going to turn that off. And I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons of white organic miso. You don't wanna boil the miso because then it will end up becoming gritty, and we don't want that. You can just allow it to dissolve in the soup because it's hot. And then we stir up the miso in the broth. Just break it up a little bit. All 4 of the starters are ready, and now we're gonna get to dish. Edamame. Thanks, Reese. Green salad. Our carrot and ginger dressing. So pretty. A few long sliced scallions. Brown rice with some roasted seasoned seaweed. And black sesame seeds. Yay! And finally, our miso soup. Some chopped green onions for garnish. And as you can see, I left a little bit of space at the front of my plate for my edamame shells. And there you have it. 4 healthy and delicious famous Japanese starters as one meal. If you're looking for recipes, you can find them at HOIAfoodandcooking.com. If you make this at home, definitely post your pictures with the hashtag HOIAfoodandcooking and show me your best platter. And with that, we end our episode with starters. HOIA! Nope.
I knew that.
We are making some of the most popular starters. Oh, lost it. Completely lost it. Is that okay? What am I saying? Tofu. Okay, yeah, tofu here. Okay.
If you don't have that, if you don't have a steak seasoning, yeah. So here I have a coarse ground salt seasoning. No, steak seasoning.
It's harder than it looks. Yeah! Are you gonna be able to edit that together? Nope. Okay. If you enjoyed this episode of HOIA Food and Cooking, please like this video and share it with your friends. New videos will be going up each week on my channel, so please subscribe to see the latest delicious, healthy, organic, inspired Asian food recipes. I'd love to hear from you, so please comment below and tell me what you loved about this video, and also what dishes you'd like to see me prepare in the future. HOIA!